So today we'll be looking at the Excel function concatenation and the AND operator. Alright, so we'll be looking at what can we achieve with this. So we can actually use concatenation and the AND operator interchangeably, but to some extent concatenation is more flexible. It supports more characters than the AND operator, but you might not see the difference now because for this level we'll be dealing with a very small number. So for this short illustration, I have A and B in two different cells. So concatenation, what it does is to join two strings together. All right, so if you have two strings is a string data type is a text that are in two different cells, or any form of data that is in two different cells. You use concatenation or the AND operator to join them together. So let's see how it works. So hitting my cell here, I will hit equal to, so concatenate. All right, so I select it. So the first text I want to join is this, comma. All right, then the second text I want to join is this. So after everything, you close it up and hit enter. So it joins those two data together. All right, so you can also use the AND operator to achieve the same thing. So equal to this, and okay, your AND is located on your keyboard, so you join them together. If you notice, we are achieving the same result. All right, so also you do that for the figures, the numbers 23 and 55. So you have equal to, so I select the cell, okay, and all right, then select the next one, and it joins them together like that. So some people find it easier to use the AND operator compared to the concatenation operator. Okay, so whichever one suits you, you are good to go. So having seen this, so supposing we want to put a space between A and B. Okay, suppose we want to put a space between A and B. How are we going to achieve that? Right? So look at my formula bar here. Right? So anything that you want to introduce in Excel that is not in a cell, okay? Any text string that you want to introduce in Excel that is not in a cell, you have to put it in speech marks. All right, so even space as it is a text string, so I have to put it in speech marks. So the syntax for inputting the formula for concatenation is the first text, comma, the second text, comma, the third text, on and on and on. So the second text we want to input now have to be in speech mark, which is a space. All right, then we'll close the speech mark, then comma. All right, then the third text is now the text in cell F5. So after you've done that, you hit enter. So you notice that there's now a separation between the A and B. So also you can do that for the numerical data. Okay, so for this, all right, so just pay close attention. It's very easy. So and okay, so I introduce my speech mark, put a space. You can put several spaces. The more the number of space, the more they are set apart. Okay, then you introduce and again. Okay, it's just a syntax. It's just like programming or writing codes. There's a way you follow to write that. Okay, so the two values are now separated apart from each other depending on the amount of space that you introduce. So with this said, we'll now go ahead to tackle this first task. So have our first name, surname, and we are meant to add these two guys together. So we start with what? Equal to concatenate. Okay, so your first text is the text in cell A2, comma, then the second text is the text in cell B2. So you close up your bracket and you hit enter. So you now have Stone Howard. So but I want to separate the first name from the surname with a space. So just like I did before, I will introduce a speech mark, okay, with a space between them, right? So but before I hit enter, make sure, because for every text you are inputting, you are separating each element with a comma, right? So Excel is actually very interesting. So you see how it works. All right, so you'll be completing the rest, but I'll leave this one for you to see how I did it. So I'm going to perform the same task using and. So equal to the first value. So you have and, right? Then the second string. So we still have that little challenge. So we are going to introduce a space, which is enclosed within a speech mark because it's a string, right? Notice that we don't need a comma while working with the ampersand, right? So having done this, you quickly hit what? Enter, and you have that done. Okay. So among the tasks you also be performing, which is very interesting under concatenate, after completing this, is okay. I'm trying to resize my screen now so that I see. So among the tasks you'll be completing is this particular one. All right. So you are going to be using Excel to write out this statement. So use concatenation to write this statement following the given syntax. So Grace is 17 years old. She is fair. So you've been given in your table, you have some of the data that are already present. Maybe I should just do the first one so that we'll follow up. So Grace is a string that you're introducing. 17 years old is also a string that you're introducing. She is a string that you're introducing. Fair. All right, so let us just quickly do that now. So equal to, so I'm just going to use ampersand. I think it's faster. So equal to Grace. So I input my ampersand. So I put is in speech mark. Okay, but before I write out is, notice that I put a space because between Grace and is, there's a space between them. Okay, so Grace is, so I introduce another ampersand before 17 years old. Okay, so there has to be a space before and after is, then 17 years old. Is that right? So I introduce another ampersand. Okay. All right, then I'll put in the years old. So years old. Okay, so full stop. So I can also go ahead to put she is, since it's a continuation. So she is. All right. So I also introduce a space, then close it up, then introduce the final ampersand or the and symbol as you know it. So I close it up with this last guy, then I hit what? Enter. So I have my sentence, okay, but if you notice, I still need a space between 17 and years. So I'll just put a space there. All right. So, and you have that as that. So this is fun. I know you enjoy doing it, and just play around with it, and let's see how best you use concatenation and the AND operator. So thank you very much.